And so what I mean by that is that Facebook does not post other people's status updates into your feed in a chronological order, okay? It doesn't put the newest at the top and then slowly push the other ones down. It gauges what it thinks you're most interested in seeing, and it puts that at the top of your feed. And what happens is the things that you engage with and the people that you engage with become the things and the people that Facebook puts at the top of your feed, which in turn becomes the ones that are most convenient to engage with again. And so what happens is very, very shortly, your feed, you feel like you're seeing the same people over and over again. And what I hear from the field is all I ever see on Facebook are my team, my customers, and my family. Well, that's because that's who Facebook thinks you care about. And that's why it keeps showing you that same stuff over and over. So one of the other things I want to talk about tonight is how to shake that up a little bit and help you escape from that little trapped bubble. All that to say, if you are doing Facebook right, it is an incredibly powerful place to connect with potentially new people. And again, in a minute, I'll show you how. I have a visitor here. Twitter, on the other hand, we have to take all the lessons that we've learned about social media from Facebook, and we have to set those aside when we go out onto Twitter, because Twitter's totally public. We have to set aside a little bit of our defenses and our guarded nature, because the whole point of Twitter is to connect with totally new people, to have cold conversations with random people. That is not out of place on that platform. That's what it's built for. So if Facebook's the backyard barbecue, Twitter's the cocktail party where you don't know anybody, but everybody's having an interesting conversation, and you've got to figure out how to elbow in and become a part of that conversation. And the whole point of having a presence on that platform is not to share intimate details about what's going on in your life or naked baby photos, like you would on Facebook to your friend network. Twitter is more business-minded. It's more surface-level. Conversations have to be very short and succinct. And again, people have no problem being tweeted at, okay, on the platform from strangers, because everything is so public, which makes it fairly innocuous to start a conversation with somebody. Nobody feels infringed upon. The other unique thing about Twitter compared to all the other social media platforms is that it allows outside systems like the soundboard to post for you on behalf of its users. So not only can we help you get in touch with new people on Twitter, but we can actually do all the work for you. And if you signed up for the original soundboard, which launched at Spring Conference 2015 in Anaheim, my CEO launched it from the main stage. You're familiar with that we've been tweeting. So for a year and a half, that's what the soundboard was. It was Twitter only. Then at St. Louis, fall of 16, we launched the current version of soundboard that you see. Okay, so now we're gonna let's take a quick look at that, and this is what Cindy was talking about. If you've never been here before, the link to remember is simply juiceplus.vip. There's no www or .com or anything, just juiceplus.vip. You can also get there through your virtual office. There's a button there's a tab called My Personal File, and there's a link to the soundboard underneath it, or within that link.
I didn't know that. Great.
Mm-hmm. My Personal File, and then there's a soundboard button.
Yeah.
Just to give you a quick rundown on the pricing. So we've got 3 plans. All plans come with a 10-day free trial. There is no commitment if you pick a monthly plan. It's just month to month. It's like, Netflix or any other monthly subscription service. You keep it as long as you want. For $10 a month, you get unlimited access to the soundboard, which is what Cindy had pulled up, and I'm about to show you a little bit more about. You have, through that, the ability to post to Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, create emails, and Also texting as much as you want. For $20 a month, you have access to all of that. Plus, we have a built-in newsletter feature now that we launched actually last summer. And it's kind of like a MailChimp Lite. The goal is to make an easy system for you to be able to put together a nice-looking, professional-looking HTML newsletter that you can send out via email to your customer base, to your team, whoever you want to keep informed. But the thought there is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when you sign up a new customer, they get an email from the home office for maybe a month or two, and then it's radio silence from corporate. And so this is just another aspect of, being that authority, staying in front of people, and keeping that customer touch going. Now, this third plan, don't let the sticker shock scare you off. It is more expensive. You get unlimited soundboard access. You get the newsletters. We tweet for you every day, and now we have this one-on-one monthly mentoring. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up for that. You can keep it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, but you will get a one-on-one hour-long session with me or somebody on the team. We will help you strategize. We will help you prospect. We will help you set up content calendars. We will help you dive into all the analytics that you would ever want to know about. So consider us, that asset, that resource for you to really help you launch your business to the next level on social. Now, if you switch it to annual here, you'll notice you get 2 months free. You're paying for 10 months instead of 12. It will bill for the whole year at once, but we have a lot of people choose that. Now, I'll go ahead and put this up here just so you're aware of it if you're interested in signing up. We do have, I made y'all a coupon code. It's Difference, and it gives you 50% off your subscription for as long as you keep your subscription until the internet breaks or the power goes out. We're never going to change the price on you. And I had fun like y'all do with the capitalization, but you don't actually have to capitalize it like that. But
Well, thank you, though. We appreciate that.
Happy to do it.
Especially for fun and feisty,
That's right. It's valid through next week. So through the end of the month. That's there. Okay, so let's hop over. Once you create your account, as Cindy was showing you, the soundboard, think of this as a one-stop shop for you to come find all the content that you could ever want and post it across your social media channels. So I have to get on my soapbox here just for a minute because I have talked to so many people in the Juice Plus Nation over the past 3 years that we've been running this thing. And I know that Shred 10 is a fairly new concept, but I get people all the time asking me, is all the content on the soundboard Shred 10 compliant? The answer is no, for 2 reasons. One is you only shred 10 days a month. The other is this: wherever you are on your healthy living journey with your research, the reading that you've done, the things that you've become convicted about, your opinions about dairy, meat, whatever all those things are, your audience, remember, we've got to think of this in terms of educating an audience. Your audience is not there yet, okay? We have all been educated by Big Pharma and the industrial food complex for our entire lives. You have to help people along. You cannot stand up from day one and draw this hard line in the sand that is not helping people on their education journey, okay? So all that to say, when you find content on here, there is plenty of stuff about the benefits of plant-based diets. There's plenty of stuff on here that's vegan, that is vegetarian related. But there's also stuff on here that people want to know. Why do I need to be thinking about what dairy's doing to me? What's this whole thing going on with the A1 versus the A2 dairy protein discussion? You know, what's going on with my body with the keto diet? You know, all these things that are big in the healthy living space. We want you to be able to provide those kinds of pieces of content. Even if you don't agree with every single thing in the article, you can post it and start a conversation with somebody. Ask a question. Say, hey, I like this and this about this. I disagree with this. What do you think? So all that to say, you're going to get on here. You personally are going to find stuff that you don't like. But y'all, this is, I mean, I was at, y'all know how diverse the Juice Plus Nation is. At conference in Indy, I stood at that booth and talked to people for 4 days. And in those 4 days, I met somebody who was a Wiccan. Okay, she was a practicing witch. And I met some people who were like Mennonite Christians who made their own clothes, and they wore the bonnets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the Juice Plus Nation.
There's a whole team of those. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it is amazing. But the whole point is the Juice Plus Nation appeals to a wide spectrum. Your audience is an even wider spectrum. Okay. And so if you have something very specific, so big picture, we try to put plenty of fitness, family fitness, children's health. We try to put a lot of stuff like this, urban gardening and urban farming, so that you can roll in the Tower Garden to the conversation. But the whole point of 99% of what you see here is to help you zoom out from the brand, because one of the worst things that you can do as a business owner, and this goes for Juice Plus and this goes for Nike, is to only ever talk about your brand. Okay, you have to appeal to the larger conversation. You have to appeal to where your audience, the things that they care about. Okay, we are way past the days of marketing and you just talk about how great your product is. People just throw walls up because we're so inundated with it. Okay, soapbox over.
That's really good information, though, James. Really, really good. So
good.
I like that soapbox.
Good. So when you are on the soundboard, just from a functional perspective, the goal is to give you, again, you come here every single day. We update it with 5 to 10 articles, images, or videos from across the web for you to easily share. Okay, so here's something that was pretty interesting that we put up today. So when you click on an article, you're going to find a live link to the article itself at the top. You're going to find the graphic that's going to come with the article when you post it, and then the whole article is here posted for you to preview. Now, when you get to the bottom, not only do we want to provide you the article to share to meet that pain point of, well, I know I need to do social, but what do I post? But we also want to provide some suggested text to go with it. Okay, so this is the suggested message for the post. You can use it if you want to. You don't have to. But when you find one that you like, you come down here and then we have all these buttons. This is your Facebook personal profile. I don't have time to go into all the ins and outs tonight, but your Facebook business page, if you have one, you are probably noticing that it's not doing very much for you. And that is because Facebook figured out several years ago how to monetize their platform, and you got to pay up if you want to use a Facebook business page and actually grow your business. But that is why Mr. Zuckerberg owns an island and the rest of us don't, right? Mm-hmm. So this is your Facebook personal profile. I know some people say, I don't ever want to post anything business related or health related. That's just for me and my friends and my photos. I get that, but if you don't leverage it some, you're really missing out on what it can do for you. This is the Facebook for Groups button. So this will post to a business page if you have one. It'll post into a Facebook group, and I'm going to give you a prospecting tip with that in a minute.
Like our team, we have a customer Facebook group.
Customer groups, team
the Juice
groups.
Plus Healthy Difference, and that's where we would click that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I also want to show you how to use groups outside your team thinking to get in front of new people. So this is Facebook Messenger. One of the things that we preach at the Soundboard is content as a customer care solution, okay? If you've got a picky mom a mom of picky kids, whose kids are on the chewables, who's a customer, you can find an article and send that to her via Facebook message and just say, hey, saw this and was thinking about you. You know, so you can come up here, you can do a search, you can do picky kids, 21 foods to tempt your picky eater.
Wow.
Right? You shoot that to them via Facebook message. It's just this great one-on-one customer touch. Hey, saw this and was thinking about you. Hey, try these and get back to me and let me know if any of these work. It's just, it goes so far into helping your customers know that you're aware of what they're going through and you care about them, apart from, hey, I hope the capsules are treating you well. Let's talk about that. Time to reorder, you know? So trying to set this up as easy as we can to make it as easy for you to touch customers as it can be. So if you are active on Twitter and we're not tweeting for you, here's the Twitter button. If you are on LinkedIn, LinkedIn's another one of those platforms where a lot of people say, hey, I don't need to be on LinkedIn because I'm not looking for a job. Turn that around. LinkedIn is an incredible place to be, because how many people hate their 8-to-5s who are looking for something like what you have to offer, a new business opportunity? So you got to remember, this is not about you. This is about who you can touch and who is looking for what you have to offer. This is just if you want to email somebody a link, and then if you're on Pinterest, we have all the graphics that you want. Let's hold off on these two guys for a minute. So once you find something that you're ready to post, all right, I'll put something recent up. There's a little exercise article here. You pick your platform. We've got our suggested text here. I'm going to go ahead and share this on Facebook. It's going to auto copy this text. We're going to hit share. If you want to use that suggested text, that's where you paste it in. Then you can add something to it. Whatever you want to do, you want to ask your audience a question, anything like that. Make it personalized. And then here you have the capacity to switch it. You can make it a public post. So when it's an article like this, I highly recommend doing that. You'll show up in search more frequently. Of course, you can do it to your friends network or specific people. Or I'm going to leave it on only me because I do this all day, every day, and I don't want to blow up my friends. So you hit post and you're done. Okay, so I know I talked through it, slowed it down, but the whole point of this is, again, to give you this resource where you come and every day you find something that will interest you and you think will interest your audience. So that
and educate them. It's like really just adding, a depth to our connection with these people. Yeah. That's
right. We do put up graphics. So here's an example of a graphic. We've got this upcoming shred. If you want to see the whole thing, you can just click right here. It'll pull up this nice big graphic. So we make these in-house. You can post these just like the articles. You can post them to Facebook or Instagram or wherever you want. But it functions exactly the same. You pick your platform, you click share, and then you're going to have this nice looking image going out instead of an article. And then we also have, and I don't have time to go through it all, but we also have a newsletter feature here. So like I was talking about, there's in the help section, there's some walkthrough videos on how to do this. I will just be frank with you that the virtual office is not the most easy to deal with thing, but I have a video on how to get your email addresses out of virtual office and into our system, imported, and then you can create a newsletter using Soundboard content. Let's see if this one was a real one. All right, and so the way it works is you build this newsletter. You can customize the logo or the graphic. You can customize this text. I did this one quick just to show people how to do it. So you can customize all this up here. And then you just grab some articles from the Soundboard. We have a couple of different themes and layouts. And then when you get to the bottom, you can put as many articles as you want. This one has too many, but this was just an example. And then when you get to the bottom, there's some more suggested text, or a field for more suggested text. We are working right now on a photo uploader that will be ready in the next week or two so that you can upload your own photos if you've had a salad in a jar party or something like that, to add to this. But just like Cindy said, this is another tool to keep people informed and to stay in front of them, to show that you are the authority and that you care. Once you send it out, we maintain some metrics for you on everybody you sent it to and everything that happened to them. So I sent this to a bunch of fake email addresses, so they all got delivered, but then nobody opened them because there's a bunch of fake people. But you can see, hey, did you get that email? No, it hit your spam folder. Why don't you check your spam folder? Or who opened it and who clicked on an article in it. And so it'll maintain some percentages there for you once you send it out. Wow. So that's pretty cool. All right, I've been talking nonstop. Anybody have any questions so far?
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like when you said at the top of the newsletter, and you very expertly said, "Oh, you just create this text, and you create this image, and you create this." It sounds to me, to the average bear, that it might be a little bit more difficult than makes sense to you. Does that create new? Okay.
Okay. So here's how easy it is. You create new. You've already you've made your contact list. The contact list thing is a little tricky, but I taught 8th grade for 11 years before I did this job. Pretty good at boiling down concepts, right?
Thank you.
My video on how to get your stuff out of Virtual Office and into our system is pretty straightforward.
On the help section, under the help section.
Mm-hmm. So these are all these lists that I've made up. All right, so I'm going to pick who I'm going to send this to. Who do I want it to come from? What email address do I want it to come from? And then you put something in here, whatever you want it to be. You can upload a photo here or a graphic for your top image. And then up here, you just start typing. All right, and then you can do whatever you want to it. You can bold it. You can make it headline size, whatever you want. You can make some bullets. Hey, be sure to check out our Salad in a Jar party coming up in 2 weeks. Hey, we're having an Olympic watching party. Those kinds of things. All that can be here. We tried to make it super simple. Check out my Facebook page, and then you can turn this into a link. And then this can be www.james.facebook.com or whatever, and so they can click this and it'll be a live link to your Facebook page or whatever you want it to be. Wow. So this goes above the articles, and then this field goes below the articles. I'll just go ahead and do this real quick to show you. So once you've got that set and you save it, it starts you on this breadcrumb trail where you can go back and forth and change anything before you send it. So then you come to the articles here, and all the articles on Soundboard are just sitting here. And if you want to preview it, you click on it, and it's going to bring up this nice big preview window, and you can read it. And if you like it, you add it to your newsletter, and then it shows up on this side.
Ah.
All right, and then I'll go ahead and add a couple here.
But, I will just say one thing, though, is that, our customers get things within the boxes, and it's not a newsletter and everything. Mm-hmm. And newsletters are great, but it's not that I think I love this for just the articles to post quickly on Facebook and mm-hmm. Facebook Messenger and all of that. If you have a lot of time, it'd be great to create a newsletter all the time, and maybe I will, try one out. Mm-hmm. But really, this is mainly for, sorry.
Cindy, I'm thinking that what you do with your Monday Motivator would be almost exactly the same here, except with like one article that relates to what you're talking about would be the same thing. So it's not really all that much different, except that you have the ability to add an article that supports whatever it is you're talking about in your Monday Motivator. That's the way I would see it working.
Yeah, that's right.
I of course am just fascinated with the whole, I just want to see how you get the emails out of the virtual office. That's like something, there's something genius you've done there. I can't wait to figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to show you one thing. I'm going to switch the view here to my phone, and I'm going to show you how the Shred 10 stuff works. Do y'all have customers that shred? Is that a big deal for your team?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, I have to push a few extra buttons to make this work. All right, so we're here. The soundboard. Oops. The soundboard is not an app that you log into. It is just a mobile website. So we're looking at this on my Safari browser. So I'm going to click the 3 lines at the top right here, and I'm going to go to Topics, and I'm going to pick Shred 10.
So this is on your phone.
This is on my phone, yeah. The reason I'm showing it to you on my phone is because you can text stuff via phone. So the first stuff that we have here at the top of the Shred 10 list are just the graphics for the upcoming Shred. But then what I did was I had Mitra's and Brian Rose's help getting this dialed in exactly how they want. But I took the Shred 10 system guide, which you can find on healthylivingrevolution.com, and it's got a suggested script that you're supposed to send to your people as they're going through the shred to help keep them encouraged and accountable. And so what I did was, you can see here, I got day 1 morning text, day 1 midday text, day 1 evening text. Everything from the system, Shred 10 system guide, is all right here. So you click on this, whichever one you want. So this is day 1 evening text. There's a video here that they're supposed to watch about not eating after 6 p.m. But I'm showing you this on my phone, again, because I want you to see when you're on your phone on Soundboard, a new button pops up, which is this green text button. The recommended language from the system guide is already in there, which you can use if you want to. But I'm going to hit the text button, which is actually going to open my texting app. I'm going to text my boss because he loves it when I do this at night. And so if you want to change anything in the message before you send it, you can right then. But then you just hit go, and the message itself becomes a text, and then the video just goes with it, and they can watch it right there in their messaging system. That's pretty cool.
That is great. That's amazing.
And then we just hop right back over here and go back to our Shred topics. And so you can set up a texting group on your phone if you've got multiple people going through it. And, again, you can post this stuff too if you've got a Facebook group or something like that. But I really like it like this because, you're hitting your customers. You're touching them with those one-time touches. You're keeping them up to date. You've got all these great video resources and things like that.
So James, just for just to make it clear here, just to have like a basic where you guys tweet automatically, so we don't even have to think about that, but that we have access to these great articles, right? That is how much? Is that the basic?
So the Twitter it only comes with the Pro plan now.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So
if with your coupon, y'all cut these prices in half.
Okay.
So for $5 a month, you get unlimited Soundboard access. For $10 a month, you get Soundboard plus the newsletters.
Okay. All right. So $5 a month, and we can go in every day, and we can, post on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram and all of that.
Yes, unlimited.
Wow.
And
this is all just brilliant.
And you can do
Love it.
You can do it annually too, right? Is that the annual cost? Is that what you're showing?
So on annual, it's $100 a year, but with your coupon, it would be $50 a year.
That's what I did near the holidays. You were running a holiday promotion, I believe.
Okay.
And that's what I think. I actually think I might have done the $200 one.
Okay. Great.
And I really love it. I mean, you can even go to the article on the web and copy the URL if you're trying to do it some other way. But I just love the texting thing and the Facebook Messenger. I didn't know those were there. So that's awesome.
And what I like, is that Nancy is a health coach, James. And so, she knows a lot. And if it's an icky article, she's not, and all that. She likes a lot of these articles too. The content is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Good.
it's like if it passes Nancy's test, then it's good. It's like,
Well, I also have to commend you on what you said early on, because I think it's something that people don't I know when I was first graduated from school in 2011 as a health coach, that you're gung-ho and you want everybody to come to the place that you're at. And one of the things that I learned rather quickly is that if you don't meet people where they are, you won't ever get a client. So what you were saying about, everybody's not in the gluten-free, dairy-free world. And so it's really critical to meet them where they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. You really got to be patient, help them along on their understanding. But the other thing is, we have these hysterical, Netflix documentaries and YouTube videos, and it's really, people just feel like it's really hard to get straight answers a lot of times, because, we're so polarized in everything. But, you can find a supporting position for whatever your position is out there. And so a lot of what we put on here, we try to just find that like calm, reasonable research,
happy medium.
Kind of stuff, just so that it's not that like stuff.
Yeah, right. That's good. That's great.
Okay, well, we're at 9 o'clock my time, but I've got a few more things I want to show y'all if you've got a few more minutes. You tell me if I need to stop, though.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right, so I want to show y'all this. This is such a game changer, Buffer.com, if you're not familiar with Buffer.
I was really blown away by this, so this is really good to see.
Yeah, so Cindy and I talked about this the other day. So Buffer.com is a free web service that we integrate with on the soundboard. When you come to Buffer and create an account, it lets you plug in whatever social media channels you've got. So I've got Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram all hooked in. That's just kind of nice. But the kicker is that with Soundboard, Buffer lets you schedule stuff out ahead of time. Because once people really get rolling with this, they're like, James, we really like Soundboard. It's really helpful, but I still have to come there every day and post and find something, because you can't post for me every day on Facebook like you do on Twitter. Well, I can't because Facebook won't let me. So if you can budget half an hour a week to sit down at Soundboard and do this, instead of hitting the Facebook button, which sends it out right then, we're going to hit the Buffer button. All right, well, that's a attention-grabbing statement there. So we're going to hit the Buffer button, which is the square hamburger here. And it brings up the Buffer Power Scheduler.
Jesus Christ.
So the Buffer Power Scheduler lets you...
Melinda.
Oh, did you hear that?
Yes.
Oh,
Wow, that's
we
a
heard it,
really
Melinda.
powerful mic.
It's all right. We're all friends.
Sorry,
That's cool.
I'll mute it.
So when
I don't
we all
even know
get
how to
super
get a
organized,
Twitter account.
half an hour in the week, and we just boom, boom, boom. We schedule something once a day.
Yeah, no, I'm just laughing about all of it. It's great. Keep going, James. You're so
Okay.
good.
All right. So if you have a Twitter account and you want to send something out on Twitter, you can. Even if you just use this for Facebook, okay? Well, let's leave everything else out of it. Let's turn all this off. Let's just talk about Facebook. So let's schedule this post to go out. Not right now, because we don't want to have to think about it again tomorrow morning and then again tomorrow night. We want this to go out when we want it to go out. So I'm going to schedule this at peak Facebook times. So you got to think in terms of when are more people staring at their phones. So peak Facebook times are 6 to 8 a.m. and 6 to 10 p.m. You have those windows outside of working hours. We've blown through my window of peak time tonight. So I want to schedule this to go out tomorrow morning, right in the middle somewhere of this window. Let's set it at some random time. So that when everybody's slurping their coffee and staring at their phones, this pops up at the top of their feed, okay? So we've told it to go out at 6:32 tomorrow morning, and now it's scheduled. I don't have to wake up and think about social media tomorrow. I don't have to think about posting. It's done. So what I'm saying is, if you can budget your 30 minutes a week to sit down at Soundboard, post one article, your comfort level is your comfort level. I recommend one a day, tops. Maybe if you find something that just blows your head off, maybe two. But 4 to 5 articles a week, 1 to 2 a day, whatever you want to do with your comfort level. But if you'll sit down and just in a few minutes, you can preview all these articles and then you can schedule it to go out when you want. All right, so let's schedule one for tomorrow night. Again, let's leave all these other ones out of it right now. We're going to paste in that suggested message. We're going to send this out tomorrow night in that peak window. So now my posts for tomorrow are totally taken care of. I don't need to do anything else. And now I want to come back here to Buffer, and I want to show you something. So when we go back to Buffer, what we're looking at right now is my content queue. Okay, so this is my list of stuff that's scheduled to go out. So I can see at tomorrow morning, 6:30 in the morning, and a little after 7 tomorrow night. I've got 2 great articles set to go. Now I want to come over here and show you this, because this is where I think the real important stuff happens.
This is amazing.
Under the Analytics tab on Buffer, Facebook tells you, of course, how many comments you got and how many likes you got. But Facebook does not tell you how many people actually clicked and read your article, okay? Now, Buffer nor Facebook will tell you who. This one got a sympathy like. Whoever liked it didn't read it. But what you will find is that as you go back in your history, after you post with some regularity, that your readership on your articles often exceeds the amount of engagement that you get. I mean, you get a like or two and you're like, great, so what? But people are actually reading and consuming your stuff. Now, this one probably had a gross picture, healthy Mardi Gras recipe. Nobody commented on it and nobody liked it, but 2 people read it. Okay, this one got a couple of sympathy likes. But this one, I thought this was interesting. This was an article about acne and what it tells you about your health. Embarrassing article. No one commented, no one liked. 12 people read it.
Yeah.
The point is, people are consumers on social media. Okay, they take and they take and they take. They don't always give back. They don't always comment. They don't always like. But they are reading your stuff. And this is the greatest argument that I can give in favor of people are always listening. They're always watching. They're always consuming. You never know who it is and who it's going to be. And you never know where the opportunity is going to turn into an opportunity for a conversation. But if you are consistent, you are going to find that your stuff is getting read. It is getting noticed. This one's broccoli recipes, total bust. Broccoli is disgusting. Vegan hemp algae, total bust. Right? But, I mean, here you go. Look, Facebook would have told me that was a nothing. 2 people read it. Facebook, nothing. Nope, 3 people read it. So I highly encourage you to use Buffer, not only for convenience to have it schedule out, but also for the sake of coming back and really checking up on this, because to me, this is, very encouraging that people are noticing what's going on and what I'm doing.
Awesome,
Hey, James,
awesome.
do you have to do everything from a desktop, or can this be utilized from a iPad?
Buffer has a terrific app. So you can do everything that I've just showed you through an iPad. You just got to install the Buffer app.
Did you mean Buffer, Monica, or did you mean the
Soundboard.
soundboard?
Soundboard.
Soundboard,
Isn't
yeah.
Buffer part of Soundboard?
So Buffer is a separate service like Facebook, like Twitter, that we integrate with.
Okay.
So it's not, we don't handle the scheduling side of things. Buffer, everything that you see down here is a separate service that offers a button, a share button. Okay, so Buffer is just like any of these other platforms. You hit this button and it goes out and talks to the Buffer.
But you can access Soundboard, because Monica's been in and out, via your phone, via iPad, all of that, right?
Yes, and so that's where I brought this back up. So just remember the link, juiceplus.vip, and then when you get there, you hit sign in, whether it's iPad, phone, whatever, and everything will work great.
That's so great, James. Wow. Woo!
I have a question about the way the articles are laid out when you go to it. Is there some reason why all those February heart things are staying at the top?
Oh, I just have those.
Instead of the new stuff populating?
So I have these 4 pinned at the top just so that people who only get on once or twice a month realize that it's American Heart Month and that they need to be involved in that conversation.
Oh, okay.
New stuff pops
Figure
up.
out why they stayed there.
Yeah, new stuff pops up underneath it. So I've been clicking on all these, so my tags have changed, but all these are new today. And we've had so many requests for Spanish language content that you'll see that stuff popping in now.
Wonderful.
But yes, your new stuff will always be at the top.
So cool.
Very cool.
Okay, can I throw y'all one more tip and then everybody go to bed?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the single greatest prospecting tip on Facebook that I can give you. You all are very familiar with how Facebook groups work. You probably have a group set up for your
Team.
and maybe for your customers. But it's time to think outside of that, okay? We need to think of a Facebook group as a place to get in front of thousands and thousands of new people. So I just typed in gluten-free, and I want you to think in terms of searching for health buzzwords, anything you can think of, cycling, yoga, clean eating, whatever. You create that search on Facebook, and then you see you have all this stuff up here. Go to groups, and I want you to notice, I'm not even scrolling. I've already joined this group, so it doesn't say. This group has like 80,000 people in it. 18,000, 32,000, 24,000.
Wow.
You can join these groups. Now you probably have to get invited, or you request to join and an admin will add you. But these are huge groups, so you'll get added within hours. And here's what's so cool about this, okay? When we go to this group, Gluten-Free International Group, it has 81,000 members, okay? Now, you cannot post about your business in here, but this is a terrific tactic for getting in front of tens of thousands of new people who are already so invested in this concept that they've taken the steps to join this group, okay? So let's even do something that's a little more general. Let's do like healthy eating. Healthy eating. So here you go. 67,000, 2,500, 15,000, 50,000. You have these people who are very interested in this topic. Consider this an incredible warm market. Okay, now what do you do with it? I've already joined this group, Omi's Healthy Eating. So watch what I can do. I'm going to come here to Soundboard, and I'm going to search for a healthy recipe. Let's just see what pops up here. Vegan or vegan curious. There we go. Or how about 30 healthy quick bread recipes? I don't want to make anybody mad. I'll go this route. All right, so I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to hit this button, Facebook for Groups. Now, keep in mind, this button only works on your computer. Facebook broke their mobile version of this button. They have not fixed it. I don't know if they're going to. It's really annoying. I'm sorry. Welcome to the internet. So when you hit this button, you can share directly into this group, right? And then you type in your name. There's the name of my group that I joined. You paste in that suggested text if you want to. Use it if you want. Now we're actually posting into this group with tens of thousands of people. This group has 24,000 members. All right, now this particular group, the admins approve the posts. I've never had one denied, but it'll show up at the top here, and you have now appeared in, 25,000 people's home feeds, because now groups appear in home feeds, as I'm sure you know. Incredible way to totally disrupt your Facebook friend network. You get in this group, you comment on other people's posts, they're going to comment on yours. Amazing way to totally get outside of your, friend network, and you're now talking to a lot of new people. So
Love it.
give that a spin.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to get started. I have been doing some of the posts. It's just great.
Look at this. Plant-based eating, 175,000 members, 95,000 members. Don't join this one, 666 members. Ooh, spooky. 111,000.
I just got that.
Anyway,
Thank
that's a great tactic. I know a lot of soundboard people who live in communities of 3,000 people in the desert of Texas who have thriving Juice Plus businesses because this is how they do it.
Wow. You're wonderful. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. So if you need anything down the road, here's all the details.
Take a picture of this if you have your phone handy, girls.
Oh, fiddle, my phone's in someplace else.
Little. We're recording this, aren't we?
Yes.
We are.
I'll text it to you, Linda Lee.
Yeah, you're gonna have to delete that one person cursing. I'm just teasing.
Thank you, Jane.
You can always grab a print screen.
That's right. So the Facebook page, we'd love to have you on our Facebook page. We have lots of product update announcements, trainings, things like that. And then the YouTube link has lots of archived trainings as well. Inbox me. I will do my best to respond, although I have been invited to so many team leader Voxer groups that my phone just goes dooloop, dooloop, dooloop
All the time.
every day, and I get kind of numb to it. But I will do my best to respond if you Vox me.
Okay. Thanks again, James. This has been wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, all you guys. I'm so
Thanks
glad
for
that
hanging in there
you were able
on
to
late.
be on tonight. So, and I'm around for, I've been messing around with this. If you have questions, you can ask me, and then always Nancy too, because Nancy knows a lot about that too. So, hey,
Mhm.
Monica, what happened to the skier? What happened to Lindsay Vaughn?
Bronze medal.
She got bronze. Yay.
Yeah,
All
one of my friends just texted me that.
Okay, that's great.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Thanks for missing Lindsey Vaughn for soundboard.
You were worth it.
It's
It
worth it.
really was, I think.
Right.
I'm the gold medal winner tonight.
I think so.
All
I'm
right.
out. Night.
Nice.
Hey, good night, everybody. I'm so glad that you're able to be on.